Hello Tech Babes, I'm Alexis Wogan. I'm a product manager and a member of the Unblock team. I'm here to talk about product management. In our last video, we went over what product management really is, and we examined the role of product manager. This sparked a comment that product manager and product owner sound awfully similar, and someone asked, what is the difference? This is a very good question. By the end of this video, you should know more about the differences between the role and also about the history that's led to the confusion. If you like this content, please like and subscribe because there's more coming. The too long didn't read is that product owner is a role on a Scrum team and product manager is the job. Product managers don't always have Scrum teams. Product management and Scrum are frameworks that work well when they're practiced together, but you can be a product manager without a Scrum team. I currently lead a cross-functional team at OkCupid, and I function as a product owner and a product manager. I'm responsible for defining stories and working that backlog so that I can organize all of the work that my team does, just like a product owner. However, if my team gets reassigned, it's not like my job disappears. I will simply shift my focus and start working on activities that are more in the discovery and strategic area of the product management lifecycle. And that's really the power of the product management role. Product managers tend to shift what they're doing depending on their context or stage that their product is in the product lifecycle, and product owners tend to stay focused on delivery. Let's take a look at a page from the Scaled Agile framework that describes the product owner responsibilities right next to the product manager responsibilities. If I'm functioning as a product owner and working with a Scrum team, I'm going to do all of these product owner type things. I'm going to be doing everything that I can to support defining and delivering work to spec. I'm going to be in the weeds with my team, doing user acceptance testing. I'm going to be doing quality assurance testing, whatever is needed to support the delivery of my product. If I were a freestanding product owner, I would then liaison with the product manager that was actually working on strategic vision. I would have good input that I would want to share with that person. If I'm just functioning as a product manager, then I'm going to be doing the work that is focused on talking to our customers and other stakeholders throughout the business, like marketing and finance. I'm really going to be doing a lot that governs the work that a team takes on in a given planning increment. I'm going to be managing a program backlog as opposed to a specific team backlog. You tend to have a larger scope and vision. And that is really where I think the power of the product management role really is that really, when you look at it, the product owner role is a subset of what could be the total roles and responsibilities of a product manager. All right, so let's look at both of the roles and talk about some of the pros and cons. I started out as a product owner. I worked really close with a Scrum team, and I was really focused on execution. The majority of the work that I did was internal facing. And these were pros for me at this time in my career because I really needed to learn how to do this part of product management, and focusing on just the delivery aspect really gave me a chance to really hone my skills. But the con was that I was then bound to my Scrum team, and I was limited in my ability to contribute to vision and strategy, and I found that I was managed by product managers. Then I found a way to move into an official product management role, and now I was no longer bound to my Scrum team. I like to stay close to a Scrum team and work with them when delivering software, but I really enjoy talking to customers and doing the other kinds of activities involved when you're doing strategic and visioning work. So it's very nice when my roles change based on the context or stage of my product. The con ends up being in how challenging it can be to run a dual track team, where you have to keep the delivery track running at the same time as the discovery track, and doing so does take a bit of practice. So why the confusion? Historically, Scrum was created, and the role of product owner was created to solve problems that happened when business, marketing, and sales wrote a big complex document called the requirements document and handed it over to design and tech to build a customer experience. When we did that, we actually just handed this document over and expected an outcome. And that really didn't create good customer experiences. What was better is to create a framework that was about developing, delivering, and sustaining products in a complex organization. In the beginning, the product owner role was really necessary because it took a lot of effort for an organization to figure out how to practice Scrum and then also how to turn these complex documents into executable stories that could be consumed by a dev team. As functional teams got more and more familiar with the agile process and got more and more familiar working together in a specific organization, the role of product owner gets absorbed across the entire Scrum team, creating more room for the person doing product stuff to move away from the delivery area of the product lifecycle and start looking more broadly at other areas and stages in the product lifecycle. Fast forward, Scrum is over 22 years old. And now we know that the most important thing for anybody in product to be doing on a team is making sure that the team is focused on building the right things. And that is not a job left to a product owner. They don't have the right view of the playing field. That is a job that's left to a product manager. Okay, so now you have a better understanding of the difference between a product manager and a product owner. And I've shared with you my personal opinion that every company should be investing in bringing on a product manager because you get a product owner as well, and you want that product manager focused on helping you find the right thing to build. And this sets us up very nicely for my next video, where we'll look at the kinds of PMs that are out there so you can figure out what kind of PM are you? What kind of PM do you want to be? What kind of PM do you work with? These are important questions. So like and subscribe, we're going to find answers.